Alright, we got a first submission here from Able to Dusk's Q, and it sounds from their description that it is relatively cursed here. Yeah, nobody's beaten it. So Able said that they had a really rough time against Divinity, which, yeah, that can definitely happen in this combo. So let's see. Hopefully I'm in the right frame of mind to take on a potentially really tough one here. Alright, Patient, we already have a somewhat answer to that with Prismal Dust. Mollusk Mage obviously really sucks as the Stygian starter here. Does literally nothing. And an Engineer Upgrade is, I don't know, maybe okay. Scourge Fell's tough. Even that version of Talus can be tough. I think we'll go Artifact first. I'll actually remember it this time. Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. Oh, my lungs. Anyway, Double Umbras. Really rough. And also the Stygian, it's a good node, but it is meaning we have to give up a Hellvent. There's a Hellvent there. At least we can get a Hellvent right after, though. But it's awkward. I mean, Stygian, it's like, you know, we're either getting an Incant unit or a Titan Sentry. Ideally, if it's like double sweeper, that would be the worst. And you know, like in either case, you probably want to Hellvent it, right? Like if it's like a double Siren or self-infuse a Titan Sentry. So like hopefully we get Stygian offerings at least like through these three middle nodes, either through unit drafts or at the Talos, because it's like that Hellvent is opposite the steel. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like it's a little bit YOLO that you have to do with a Hellvent at that point, right after that Stygian banner. So we'll see. Let's do the artifact first. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to take sketches. It does suck that we have these Mollusk Mage, so like I do need like extra removals, but you know, it's a little iffy, right? There's double Umbra, only the single Stygian unit. This could turn out pretty poorly. And honestly, this is one of those cases where I do actually wish I went champ first. Because if I knew I was like Glutton, then this sketch is super easy for me. If I'm offered both Architect and Monstrous here, I'll be pretty sad. There's a 1 out of 3 of that being the case. If I take the sketches, because it's like the Architect is useless with sketches, right? And Penumbra means I would have to take a pip upgrade, which is again kind of defeating the purpose of sketches. So it's risky, but that on the other hand, Winged Indulgence just sucks complete ass. It's like such a non-artifact. Whereas this is a high value artifact, potentially it could also just not work. You know, the Umbra units, other than of course Shadow Siege, which I doubt is on this run, because I know somebody's had to have taken sketches here, and if there was a Shadow Siege, that would win, obviously. But problem with the whole Shadow Siege sketch, it's why I never end up with Shadow Siege, is like sketches just isn't good with Umbra. It isn't. Like, think in terms of how important the positioning of your units coming out is, and the fact that you just need space for morsels. So sketches, all it really it probably does if we end up with Umbra is it pulls us out a unit, but we'd have to really be like so specific with how we navigate this run. I'm probably still going to take the sketches though. Most likely, I'm really hoping we get Gorge Penumbra. That's how I'm going to get through the first 3 rings, and then I don't know, we can hopefully put something together with sketches. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Now, I don't know if I'll take that horde. Let's see what we're getting here. God damn it. Alright, well, we're not off to a good start here. So now we have to make a determination. Do we take Monstrous? Or do we take Architect? Do we succumb to the fact that we might just need a pip upgrade anyway if we're stuck with like an alloy? Which really is the only Umbra unit that we could use, and honestly even that is gonna be rough. I don't know, maybe I'll go back to Champ Path first. Because if I would probably just take an Architect here if I'd gone, I would definitely take an Architect here if I'd gone Champ first. And I might be more pushed away from taking sketches, but now I'm stuck in this awkward position. So like... There's a few ways we can go about this. We could go... if I look at them side by side, if I do Architect, it's a lot lower health, but I don't need to take a pip upgrade. Damage is 100, damage 170. I probably should take Monstrous, even though at rank 1, I don't think they're that different, but... we could always maybe flex a Glutton and just pray that there's a Shroud Spike on this run. Or a Shroud Mitosis. And then we can play bottom, maybe top if we can get winged technology. How's the artifacts look here? If I take Monstrous, I will take the Divine Horde. Monstrous is strong enough at the start that I should be able to take that, even with these pretty bad set of starters, right? Still might end up having to dealing with a fucking backliner that does 18 damage, but I should be able to get through to it if I go top of the Monstrous. Hopefully I can defend with a Prismal Dust or a Chump Blocker, and I can soften up the tanks, hopefully with Forgone Power, so that I can get that trample kill. So I'll take the Monstrous, and I think I will take this. Okay. We got options. I think Lost Luggage is good if we're digging for stuff. I wouldn't mind the Drop Cage, but keep in mind it's only really working with Cave-In, which honestly could work with sketches, but especially if I have a Drop Cage with it. And I can use that in a number of ways. And then Siren Song is really good with that, especially into Patient. And maybe an Old Magic, I guess. That's really the only options. But that's pretty speculative. It does nothing for me right now. These do. Precious Plating is potentially pretty good. The problem with Lost Luggage is I don't think in this combo other than a Shroud Spike, I can't imagine I dig that much for anything. Could just take the Precious Plating and deal with the fact that I might leak a bit. Especially with, Fel. Tough choice. Precious Plating is the worst general artifact between these, but it might just be the one that I need. Certainly right now drawing a bunch of extra cards doesn't super help me. It's only a one-time, and I'm most likely going double draw. Now, it also could help me if we have Ember Drain on this run. I think we do the Precious Plating. And, yeah, see where we get. Okay, definitely we take the unit draft, 100%. This shouldn't be too bad. It's an easier boss. These guys are the least affected by 15 shards, I would say. You can do both these. Just do this. Definitely a fight where we would rather have Plinks, but what are you going to do? That's really good. Just get rid of that. If I can get Prismal Dust. No, we do get it here, and I'll get another one next turn, so I think I will play this. But I think I'll do this. I don't think I need the Shade Splitter quite as much. We'll kill one of them. And we'll just do this, that. Should have enough here. Yeah, looks like it. Probably should put that guy at the front, but whatever. Okay. Leaning toward Mind Collapse. Some backline clear would be nice. We don't have any right now. Especially if there are, I think there's Ring 2 bosses that could get a crossbowman behind, and that's pretty tough for us to deal with. It's probably Mind Collapse. Yeah. Because I already have 2 Prismal Dust. I'm either making those work or not. I don't need a third. Pack Morsels is decent, but we already have Shade Splitters. It's not the card that's going to make or break a Gorge deck. Like Making of a Morsel I would take probably here, but not Pack Morsels. It's a one and done. Yeah, I can remove the Consume, but we don't know if we're hitting this. If I can find a decent unit here, we'll just go in with it. But let's do the Mind Collapse. Crystallis, probably. Okay, I mean, I should be able to make this work. Nameless Siren is absolutely good. So we'll go to the Merchant of Steel. We want to find Armor Incant, and we want to find Multi-Strike or Quick. I have like no money. It's endless. We can hit the steel. We don't have to spend a single bit of money here. We should be able to get through this fight with just monstrous. It's funny because I just did a tier list with with Voyix and Cranberry and Dusk, and I ranked monstrous as F tier, like top of F. And maybe I'll come back to bite my words on this run, but we'll see. Don't think any of these are worth spell chaining. So what do we have here? Damage shield. These aren't worth taking. I would maybe consider Morsel Maker, but not these. Question is, like, did I just settle for damage? I could still reroll here just for the chance at Armor Incant. Now, if you think about it, the chances aren't necessarily great. You know, there's no replacement here, or there is replacement here. So, you know, unlike Endless, if I reroll, I can't see Endless, but I can reroll here and still see Damage Shield. I can reroll here and still see Strength Stone. So you have to think there's the only thing I can't see is 2 of them right beside each other. So you got to think things. You know, there's Shield Stone, there's Strength Stone, there's Battle Stone, there's Heart Stone, there's whatever the Incant Stone is called. So that's 5 different choices. So 2 out of 5, essentially, to see Armor Incant. Less than 50% chance. So do I spend 60 gold, potentially gimp myself for the, you know, Merchant of Steel here? I don't think I do. And I hope we just make it through this fight fine. I'm not gonna take any shards as a result, so let's just do this fight, see how it goes. Mark of Invasion is not that free. We only really have... It could really fuck us over. It's not a particularly hard troop, and the boss is hard though. Like, our Nameless Siren ain't gonna do shit. So like, I really can't afford to lose any more health than necessary on this Penumbra. I think we just gotta hope our asses off that we can get a Collector. I could even argue this makes... We would get the Collector, but we just might lose the fight. I do have 80 Pyre health though, so should I take it anyway? Like, honestly, I could probably solo this boss, even on 15 shards, with just a few Forgone Powers. I think given that we did take the Precious Plating, I should take this. So yeah, we'll take it. I'm probably looking at some Pyre damage, but we should pay this Pyre health to try to get as much gold for this next merchant as possible. So, as we said, the Nameless Siren isn't too good. This is a really good pickup here, though. This is mitigating quite a lot of damage on our Penumbra. So, that's really good. Let's see if we can get 2 Forgone Hears. Okay, we don't. Question is, do I put this down? I probably should. There's no real point to redrawing it. Could have got a little more damage if I put it on first, but I was trying to get 2 Forgone Powers in. I would have rather had that. Okay, let's do this. And I think I'd rather kill this. And then do that. See, we're this is really sketchy. Taking a lot of damage here. We would love to find a lifesteal morsel is what we would love to find. I may hold on this. Yes. And it will live. Perfect. So we're getting our health back. Let's go down here with this. And again, I can just hold on that. Let's go there. I would like to do that for the boss. Hopefully we can Mind Collapse that. But if we can't, so be it. Try to get some health, I think. There we go. We're definitely hitting good stuff in that regard. This comes down to what I think about Penumbra, though. I mean, it has trample, but it can't even kill a tank. I don't know. I think I still don't like Penumbra, but that's just me. We might as well play all of these, I think. We only need 1 Forgone Power to kill this anyway. Just take the health. And we can put these down for whatever reason. And I guess technically it did live there. Couldn't get that Mind Collapse or Prismal Dust. Is what it is, I guess. Well, we'll take a little damage here, but whatever. I'm glad to have the gold, I think. Could take another Mind Collapse. It's either that or skip. We need to build an incant deck at this point. A second vanilla one when I'm not hitting a magic and I'm trying to keep my shards low. Iffy, I'll be honest, it's iffy. But I think we'll take it. We would have loved to have had it, and I don't know, it most likely will be good. These are not the cards I want to see, though. Now I wish I had the offering token, but like these just aren't good incant cards. Titan's Grat, when I'm already running Forgone Power, is not so good, and Helical Chrysalis just costs too much. I'm not hitting enough Merchant of Magics to, I mean, fuck, I'm gonna hit like maybe 1, 2. I'll probably hit the final 2, but that's a ways away. All that being said, like, I think Crystallis is still like pretty good if I'm worried about the current portion of the game, which I might be. There's a low chance that this steel is a complete brick. Keep in mind, I can add large stone pretty handily. Like, it was unfortunate we saw Endless here, because I probably would have locked in large stone. We're sketches, so why not, right? But basically anything multi-strike, sketch, or large stone, quick, incant armor, any combination of that I'm looking for. I think we can take this. It's fine. Divine Prototype. If we're worried about this next fight, we can take that. Otherwise, we take 25 gold. I gotta be honest, I'm not that worried about this fight. I have 2 Helical Chrysalises. I will say, though, like, we can't underestimate how fucked Talos is gonna be. Could be pretty fucked. So maybe I should just take this, because this will guarantee victory. Yeah, and we're happy to have the Pyre health here. Endless again, Jesus. Kind of stupid, but whatever. We can also, in preparation for this Hellvent, I could put Mollusk Mage into Nameless Siren. Then these actually, by default, are doing damage, the Mind Collapse. As we've kind of determined, I'm not really going to Merchant of Magics until, not even there, like here. So, it would put us up in shards. Let's see what we're getting out of this Merchant of Steel first. Spellchain and Intrinsic probably not getting taken. So 25 is... I'm honestly I probably could settle for it, but I don't think so. No matter what comes up here, we're taking that. And then ideally, I can get the Incant Armor. And if I can't, so be it. Alright, we get it. It's large stone in that. We're just going to have to settle for that. If this cavern is something that gives me something that I can overstack this slot with, then that's going to be good to have these locked in now. So let's see. Okay, this is not untakeable. But I mean, this is probably just getting taken. I could take this as well. I mean, then we probably... So... Hellvent. Either way, I'm only looking at... I guess I'm not going this way, huh? Because I do want 4 of these units, so... I need to hit that Hellvent. Basically, it comes down to, I think I need to put this Mollusk Mage in. The problem right here is, like, you got Hellvent and Hellvent, but no Temple. So, I have to do it now. I can't wait for, like... I can't do, like, waiting for a Self-Infuse or waiting for anything, really. So, like... we either fuse it now or we don't. It's obviously going to cost a lot of shards to do this, and I don't think it's necessarily worth the shards right now in this deck. But it could get there with additional offerings that are at the uncommon tier. But like, what am I trying to say? Head's all over the place, but I feel like I see the path here, and I think it involves Mollusk Mage. Another thing to think about is we have to give up this Vortex, and I do need to get rid of 4 Stewards and 2 Mollusk Mages. Well, I can get rid of one of them by putting it into Nameless Siren. Then I can get rid of, you know, if I go to this Vortex and get rid of 2, I can get rid of an additional 2. I can't hit that one either, so you got to think I'm giving up 2 Vortexes here. So I can still dedicate those, but keep in mind I also want to get these Forgone Powers out of here. And I didn't hit on Crypt Builder, so they're just not going to be that good in the long run. So we do want to get rid of some of them too. Now, if I do it right now, I'm going to 40 shards. which is not nothing against this Talos. We probably really hope that the... I think we get through it, though. We have this Divine Artifact, and I don't have to take this. I don't have to take this, even though I probably will. So we Hellvent here. That's going to be an additional 15, up 55. That's fine. Having 2 of those units, we just probably skip the trial here if it looks like a hard fight. Then we go here. We'll have our 3rd Siren by that point. And, you know, the Mollusk Mage will still be putting in work, and then I can start removing the units down. Then I'll be at 70 shards. If I take that, I'll be at 85. And then this one here would bring me right to 100. And honestly, I most likely don't need to do any of these unless I see Piercing. Piercing's like the only thing I would want. So... none of that really factored in here. It really just factored into if Umbra Stone was going to be worth it or not. I think if I was going to self-infuse a Nameless Siren, then it makes sense to take an Umbra Stone, but I think we just take a Stygian Guard Tome. That's absolutely fine. And I think we should do this. Hopefully it ain't throwing. And we definitely don't take those. And since I'm not going to be spending gold for a while, we could remove the other Mollusk Mage just right now. Then we're down, like, then I'm getting 4 units that are good already on this Talos fight. And then just the other one I can plop down either top or bottom. But we know we don't want this Mollusk Mage in the long run. So I can remove it now, and then I can get another Nameless Siren here. And we'll still be a unit, we'll still be 2 units over at that point, but we kind of want to be because this could be a haste fight. And we do have the 2 Mind Collapses that could help us, but keep in mind they could have Damage Shield. And granted, we'll get a little bit of help out of Penumbra. I also don't think I'm going to take the final point of Monstrous on Penumbra because I don't want to take a pip upgrade. So, I think I will Purge, though, is what all of that kind of comes down to. Alright. Let us fight. Could have maybe put the 10 into a Steward as well, honestly, but it's fine. That is not the best ordering, but it also doesn't really matter. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to get that in? I mean, we could still get this in if we just don't care about this. We do want to do that. And then I can just do this. Put that up there anyway. 11 damage is certainly a bitch. It's fine though. Let's go 1, 2, 3. I think I want the incant. I might even just want that incant. I don't know. Gives Talos some armor, but preserves my health. Do I care about, like, redrawing this? It's a halfway decent morsel. Yeah, putting the Foregone Power, it actually should go either here or here. I kind of think it should go there. We might be a little worried about Talos at 40 shards. Okay, we just need this. Oh yeah, this is doing enough damage no matter what. So we can go there. See if we can get both of those. We can, so that's good. Yeah, we'll win this fight. We've already done enough, I think, to Talos to do some pretty good damage here. Take them out, do that. Probably just do this and that. Probably should have just silenced her, but whatever. I don't think she'll be getting any. Well, yeah, she won't be getting any more armor, so it's fine. Do that. Do that. Lifesteal's good. I think we'll just win on mid-floor here. I mean, I hope we will. If I don't, I'm probably dead, but Yeah, looks good. Okay, I think we only have one more fight that I'm particularly worried about, and that's the very next ring. I'm pretty confident. I got a 50-50 of seeing Gorge Penumbra, and honestly, I wouldn't mind flexing it and taking the Shroud Spike here, but it's completely useless for my Sketches floor, as is the Mitosis. I mean, I would just never take a Mitosis over a Spike. We don't have any additional morsel generation. It's pretty speculative to take this here. I don't even know if Deep Offering is that good. We already have, like, a little bit too expensive of stuff, but it could be alright. You know, it could help dig for this against Patient, or if I have Dazed card eventually, it could help with that. It's just a bit expensive, but I don't know. This is actually a pretty good card for me in this run. Sometimes it's not. This seems to be a pretty good card for me here. I think we would take the Offering. It also just might make the Forgotten Power. It definitely makes the, like, drawing into Mind Collapse with my Mollusk Mage floor is a good thing. And arguably drawing into zero cost Forgotten Powers is not horrible either. I think we take the Deep Offering. We're really building a Stygian deck here. There's a Titan Sentry, but at this point we're committed to the plan, and that's just not the plan. And we take draw. Yeah, we'll Hellvent the unit here. Will bring us into Party Boy double strike range, but what are you gonna do? Won't take the gold. I'm so tempted to take the Glutton Flex here. I don't think I'm going to, though, because Monstrous 2 I can still fit down. I do lose the capability to play a morsel with it, but I am essentially I am just quite literally doubling the stats of it and giving up the chump block portion of it. Whereas if I take the Glutton at 4 attack and 2 health, it's going to take me 10 Gorges at 1 pip space to make that work. So I think we just take the Monstrous, and like I said, for the final thing, I'll just take whatever it offers me here and I won't care. It's going to be a complete throwaway by the end game, which is why I think the path sucks. It's a throwaway that won't do anything, but for now, in this portion of the game, it will at least be okay. It definitely will help us against, you know, if it is haste. It's not haste, so we should be pretty okay here. It's not even Party Boy. Now, do I take this for gold? I mean, we don't need the gold immediately. You know, this steel is also, like, not that great. But we might hit Firestone Housing here. You never know. But most likely not. And I think we still go here because the vortexes are that important. It's a lot of extra damage here. It's just a risk I don't think I need to take. You know, my Mind Collapses aren't going to be that good. I'm still not guaranteed to even get these Sirens in mid, right? I could just get all 4 Train Stewards. And at that point, we can't fit both Sirens on a floor, which is not great. And it's just a risk I can't take. It's a very low chance that I can't take this, but it is a chance. And I'm not... This is the only ring I'm worried about, I think. I think once I get that Hellvent and this Vortex, like, I'll be pretty much close to guaranteed. I believe I am guaranteed at that point to get the units I want out, so... Yeah, let's just not give ourselves an option to lose here. Alright, we got that there. Now, do we want to put a Siren here or top? So I could put him down here. I think I like him down here when they have their least damage, and he just can plow and hit things. And I think this floor we want to focus on, but I do want to still put this Siren up top. I might need her. Let's hold on that and do an incant here. Alright, this is good. We won't need that for the boss, so let's just burn it. I will say Monstrous is putting in work in this fight. He's certainly good in this fight. No denying that. $22 damage. 19 damage. 16. We can do both those there. $22. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. A little bit of a mistake, but what are you going to do? We're not going to redraw this, actually. I should have just done that, but whatever. I think it's hopefully not going to matter. I don't know. I don't want to be too cocky about this fight necessarily, but it is what it is. She'll one-shot this anyway, so let's just keep the stuff going there. Alright, this is fine. That was not, but it's okay. Alright, we get through the fight that I was worried about. And I think we'll be hopefully, I don't want to say smooth sailing, but it's possible that we could be smooth sailing from here. Now, I could take Cave-In, and then maybe I can justify a pip upgrade and go full Monstrous. I could go Monstrous up top, eventually cave it down to the floor. We also don't want to get too cocky about Seraph the Patient either. I mean, I do have a soft answer with the tome, but I have no dazed yet. The damage shield is alright, but we're not quick. And I haven't gotten like super premium removal yet. Slash maybe ever. The Ember Cache is interesting to consider as well. It is not a horrible incant card. And I might just take it, I don't know. It's really good with the Prismal Dusts. I think I will take it. Oh, there we go. Frenzied Swarm, 100%, motherfucker. That's a fucking card right there. Alright, let's still not get cocky. Get that. Now we definitely want these stewards out of here. So, at this point, I am technically above, I'm still at 5 units, but we're guaranteed to have at least 2 sirens on the mid floor. A lot of times we're getting 3. That's pretty good by my book. Now, I think we beat every boss. The one I'd be worried about is Multi-Strike boss. You know, my Prismal Dust ain't shit against that. At very high shards, which we are already pretty high at 70, we'd be pretty even higher at 85. Multi-Strike boss could be an issue. If I could hit Frenzied Swarm at the right time, that would be good. But I don't know, that like Stealth Troop plus that boss could be an issue for us. I may just want to cool it here. Almost every Umbra artifact would not be good for us. So Blaya, maybe okay. That would get it on the right unit. I believe it works with sketches. This one, whatever. This one, no. Yeah, there's just not much here. Maybe this is okay, but yeah, none of the Umbras really like Certainly none of them are great. Arguably none of them are even good other than maybe Chain of Gems. Stygian, Forgotten Name, whatever. Cuddlebeard, whatever. Founding Seal would be great. Fracture, nah. Kinstone Totem, maybe, but honestly probably not. No. Kinda okay. Kinda okay. These are definitely decent. I would say Seaweed and Tethys Scales are better than anything we'd get from Umbra. Titan's Claw, definitely not. Trader, definitely not. Totem's Fragment would be alright. It does have a little downside, though, that we'd have to incant off the floor to make use of it, which is not good. So, I don't know. Nothing's like that insanely good other than the Founding Seal, honestly. As far as stuff that's left in the neutral pool, nothing here is that crazy good. So I don't think we actually take this shards. I guess I'm a little worried if it's a multi-strike boss. If it's stealth boss or lifesteal boss sweep, I'm not worried at all about that. I'm mainly just worried about stealth troop and or the multi-strike boss. Alright, one out of the two. Not worried about this troop, but this boss I am. I don't think Heaven's Seal is probably an issue for us, even if they get through. We got a lot of higher health. It is just an artifact, though. I think we can take this. We should be able to. That motherfucker. Well, it's not great. It's the second worst situation we could find ourselves in. The only thing worse would be the two sirens right in front, but you know, they're right in the middle. I didn't get a third one on the floor. It's not an amazing situation. We still want to build around this floor, so let's do that. 80 doesn't even kill this. It's kind of shitty. I think we just throw this away, though. We don't really want to get back into it, so put this up here. We definitely need this floor to be able to kill shit, though. Hopefully we find one of our two mine collapses here. We don't. Well, we can just do this twice, and that's really good. I mean, that prevents quite a lot of damage. I think we still, even though this is not good on the multi-strike boss, we're going to need all the help we can get, so. But we see Monstrous, you know, yeah, I took the Heaven's Seal, but it's just absolutely useless here. I guess it kills this unit. That's the first thing it will do for us this match. This is a pretty shit draw. It is about as bad of a draw as I think we could get, but yeah, whatever. Like, keep that guy alive. Do we want that? It doesn't really stop anything. No. I wouldn't mind deep offering into Ember Cache. Let's do this first, though. Just get some value out of that. That guy's not gonna die, though. Well, that's gonna be quite a lot of damage to the pyre. We can't kill that guy, though. It's just not gonna fucking happen. Maybe I'm severely overestimating my ability to get through this portion of the game here. So they're dying, but I think I still need to double up on this floor instead of getting some extra damage in there. Can't even win that 50-50. Even with the silence, that was quite a lot of damage. Okay. Let's go the max here. That'll at least save me a volley. We can kill that. I can do this once. Do that and do this. Sure hope this is enough. So we've got 14 damage shield that will prevent 2 hits. Do we want to do that? I mean, I can get some good frostbite in here. Does that in the long run outweigh getting the incants there? I get 2 armor and, you know, essentially 4 damage out of it, whereas I get 6 damage per turn arguably out of this, but it's... So it's 8 damage per turn plus some defense. I think it's better up here then. Still can't win those 50-50s, huh? Alright, we beat it, but not without consequences. Hopefully this artifact was worth it. It probably wasn't, honestly. But we'll see. I honestly didn't think we would leak, but we did. Capricious Reflection. I guess at this point in the game it is good. We'll take it. Holdover Void Mining, huh? I mean, there's a world where it makes sense. I do have 2 Mind Collapses that can be played at 0 already. If I can get Piercing, even better. Obviously no chance at Perils. I do have the Ember Cache. I think I'm going left, though. I don't have to. I could go right. It's the only one takeable here, I think. I mean, let's say I can't get out of Ember Drain. Is that even the worst? Like, I can 0 cost it, have it on holdover. That takes care of a lot of defense, takes care of Patient, takes care of some scaling. Let's say I do hit magic, 3 magics. I can get 3 cost reductions. Maybe I even get a -2, but let's keep it to just 3 cost reductions. Get that to 0, this to 0, that to 0, and then, so that's what? That's 1 shop, 2 shops, and then the 3rd shop would be one of them going to Void Binding, and whatever else. I have 1 to spare. Maybe just a Shade Splitter at that point, I don't know. That 0 costs most of the deck. The odd man out would be the Crystallises, but they're not that good eventually anyway. They would still be dead weights though. The Sage Splitters couldn't get played, but I can play my Forgotten Powers. If I'm really lucky, I could do a -2 on the Ember Cache along with a Consume Remove, and then that would be a nice thing. It's quite a lot to dedicate to Void Binding on single striking units without Trample either. I don't know. I think we'd rather just... We do potentially... I mean, with eventually 4 Mollusk Mages, I still think these Crystallises will hit. I don't think any of these are worth taking. Urchin Spines, maybe? That seems decent. Gosh, I don't really like the double stack, though. It's completely unnecessary, and it costs 1 now. I don't know. Capricious didn't really help us at all here. Like, both of these cards would be more takeable if we didn't have Capricious, so Capricious is already making me regret it. Like, I don't want to have to pay to make these 0. I just don't. But I probably should take the Urchin Spines, just because I am having trouble clearing shit. Even if it does cost 1. Now, I could go left or right. I have a lot of money, so I can probably justify maybe skipping this, just because, like, the Pyre Health's okay, but that steel is absolutely useless for me. We also do need to take 15 shards worth of stuff at something here in these temples. I mean, if I don't hit this vortex, I'm not hitting any up, but I can, and I've already spent one removal, so it will be expensive to get rid of the final 2 stewards, but I don't know. I am thinking like Holdover Frenzied Swarm would be pretty good. Consume remove on like Ember Cache would be acceptable. And Cavern could be pretty good. I think I am leaning toward just going to the right here. $30 power, 10 pierce. We'll put the 10 pierce on Mind Collapse for sure. Okay, there's Holdover. We don't have to hit it yet. We might as well just look here first. Old magic. Really regretting it right now about not taking the. We had 2 Cavens that were takeable. If I could took that Iron Trap Cage, we would have been in a better spot. But whatever. I think now I'm gonna have a Holdover Frenzied Swarm, so I really don't need defense. What I need is offense. So let's take Rage and buff. And card draw. Yeah, let's do Holdover here. I might as well 0 cost it, right? Might as well. And it's a little awkward to do the Pierce, but it's just so much better than the 30. The 30 just doesn't mean much to me. I can take something for 10 shards here, it's fine. We'll be at 105. It's the only shitty thing, but whatever. So hopefully we get another Pierce, ideally. We go 10 here. And Permafrost, that's pretty useless. Too bad. Bring that down, I think. Or that. We always want to play this. I don't know if that 10 is worth it. Let's get rid of 1 steward. I don't want to have these off floor anymore. And I can wait till this Hellvent to remove the final steward. There's not really that much rush to remove the other one. Just got to remember that it'll take 120 gold to do that. I mean, I could put 10 here. It's not changing that much. I'm already getting plus 30 on my floor. So, like, it does give 20 damage to it. I don't know that that's really helping me all that much. We're better off just holding the gold. We're still not, like, rich. Yeah. Scourgefell's going to be annoying. I'm almost certainly going to be taking some damage, but what are you going to do? This guy's going to do nothing. I mean, I don't know. I said at the beginning that I gave Monstrous an F tier. I've seen nothing in this run to make me change that evaluation. Just absolutely nothing to make me change that. Let's go here. So luckily the 10 here is good, because I can do things like this or this. Do I care more about this thing or this thing? I think I'm gonna get Frenzied Swarm or Mind Collapse next turn, most likely. Yeah, I'm gonna draw 6. It's not a huge chance that I get it, actually, but I do think it's in my favor, because it's 2 out of the 16, and I'm drawing 6 cards, so, you know, 2 out of 16, 2 out of 15, 2 out of 14, so on forth, all the way down, and I don't know, like, do I care about this or this more. Maybe I should care about this more. You convinced me. And with this thing living, now I can actually just, you know, he's actually doing all right here, right? Might as well use this here, give the damage to the one in the back. Still preserve the damage shield here. Keep incanting. There's no way we can really deal with this guy, unfortunately. But I would like to get some extra Ember. I think I can get away with playing this here. Bottom deck to the fucking Frenzied Swarm, but what are you gonna do? I want to get as much incants as possible here. So I'm gonna do this. Actually, I can really do it anyway. Now I can get an incant here, or I can do this. I think I'd rather do that than I don't draw the Scourge next turn. Because I have to already deal with this big one. Turns out I gotta be able to deal with two big ones. Oh, come on, you're telling me... There's no chance. I need to get this one to 100 in order to kill this. It's a pretty tall order. I think I'd rather just preserve... Let's play one of these. If I won out of 4, so be it. And we'll do that. And yeah, I'll just have to deal with that guy getting through, I guess. Okay, maybe I do want one of these at 105. I don't know. Now they're at least dying. Alright, you can die here, that's fine. God, Scourgefell is an annoying fucking fight. But we just have to concentrate on doing the right things at this point. I think I can still get a better Prismal Dust turn, hopefully. You know what? Maybe I don't care. Maybe I don't care to. Just get the incant while I can. Pretty sure we're beating this. We got a free hit in here. Yeah, we got this. Well, I'm still not super confident, I guess. These fights, they're okay, but they're not like that good. There's a Furnace Tap. Yeah, awkward offerings again. The Furnace Tap is not untakeable, but it is a little scary. I got this on 0. These will never be on 0, unless I get specifically 2 -2s coming up. I give up a lot of incants to do this. Now granted, if it's just this, and I'm not double stacking, it's not unrecoverable. I do have like the engine upgrade and these, like, I'll eventually get my Ember back, and maybe this is worth it. It might be, honestly. I probably do need an extra hit, because I haven't hit, like, that many damage spells, and I'm at this point in the game, since I didn't hit Ancient Synergy here, I most likely am not gonna get any additional, like, it'd be awesome to get an Ice Storm, but not at this point when Divinity is the issue. Like, I just know that this is gonna be so hard to figure out when to play this Furnace Tap. Truthfully, it's gonna be really fucking hard, and honestly, like, the Forgotten Powers are going to be an issue. I think we take it, though. could take an Ember upgrade to get around that, but I think we still just take draw. Now I'm not going to take the final point of whatchamacallit. I think we definitely need every help we can get here with Ember reduction. I could permafrost that thing. Permafrost, I'm just discarding too much for that to ever be useful. Purging here is good. We do need to get rid of some of these Forgotten Powers for sure. Although maybe the Shade Splitters are worse, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we have got too many of these, and it's a good way to use my shards. So, yeah, Shit Frost. Wing Clippings is pretty good with Ember Cache. It's actually just really good across the board here. We'll take that. That's a really good Wing Clippings, I would say. So we need to get this to 0 for sure now. This is going to be such a good way out of that Furnace Tap. I could go 10 there. Might be nice to hold out for potentially a 1 out of 3 to get Pierce there, but we wouldn't really want to spend those shards potentially anyway, so I don't know. Could do it there as well, then I can... It's probably just okay here. I wouldn't want to hold this over, I don't think. Though maybe I should, I don't know. I could double stack this. Gosh, that is pretty ambitious. Maybe I'd rather do it Prismal Dust. Even that is iffy. We're looking for Wave Clear, I think. I think it's Wave Clear we want. Do I want this 0 or this 0? Or that 0? We want this one at 0. I think we just hold the gold. Again, no reason to remove a steward yet. Alright, this is a tough seed. We'll just take the flex of Architect. But obviously we're getting absolutely nothing of Penumbra at this point. Oh man, this is by far not who I wanted to see. If I can top deck a... Daze card, then we're good, but the Heaven's Seal Thieves is a death fucking wish, I think. It's gonna take me a little while to get going with the 3 Sirens. I don't think we can take it. There's just too much health. Really sucks. I guess I'm gonna be Ember Drain no matter what, but let's get some damage in. Wing Clippings? Preserved, nice. Let's do this. Okay, we have that. That's really good. Preserve that. It's also nice. Let's not get Ember Drained. I don't know that the Ember Drain matters at this point. A little awkward there with the tome. I wouldn't mind drawing back into it. Alright, this guy's dead. I think I'm actually fine with that. Now, if we had taken... oh, that's a little awkward. I was going to say, if we had taken... I do need to play that. I was afraid of that. Shit happens, I guess. We'll get back to it. It's bound to happen, right? Well, we're going to be Ember Drained for days. Definitely good to not take the fucking Heaven's Seal. Definitely good to not do that. We're getting pretty fucked over here. Wow, I got a hair trigger of a mouse. Like, the hell? That guy will hit us once. So be it. I don't think we're ever going to get a good one of these off, so let's just keep incanting. Right there. We got a turn coming up here. Yeah, we can play all these then. I don't want to get too confident against this Hammered In here, but I think we have this. Can I risk a 1 out of 4 here to get an extra incant? I don't think so. We really do need to get that free hit in, I think. Yeah, looks like we're fine. But again, the fights aren't going that smoothly. If we're leaking here, granted I'm going to have an extra Siren, so there's that. Extra 0 cost Void Binding, is that worth it? Considering we are kind of an Ember Drain, but we don't need to Ember Drain super hard. Like, it certainly would help a little bit with the scaling. I mean, it is 12 extra damage. It is 0 costed itself. I think we take it. Kind of want that Ice Storm, honestly. Take it. Alright, we go to the Hellvent side. Wish I had that extra 400, but I wouldn't have been able to take that Heaven's Seal on, so we made the right call. I would have probably took a Pierce there. Gone a little over the shards, but it's fine. Holdover. Those are bad. Let's reroll here. Maybe Founding Seal comes up. It doesn't. So none of these are really good. Not enough for me to spend money on. Well, I think we can hold this over. Unless we want to hold that over, but I don't think we do. I think this is fine. We're mainly doing it for the offense. If we're doing it... We're going real heavy into Ember Drain here, and I don't necessarily have super great ways out if I do this. Like, what if I just did that? It's a little bit less rage, but then this is just, I splash it here and there. This I can draw, it would draw itself. I get a lot of scaling. It's got to be Old Magic, right? Let's do Old Magic. Let's get that to 0, I think. Unless we want that to 0. Maybe that to 0 is better. Yeah, it probably is. We need to remove one more Steward before I forget. That could have been devastating. And reroll. It's a pretty bad move when I don't Wing Clippings it to put this to 0. Maybe we just want to get a Shadesflare to 0, I don't know. Just so it can be incanted at 0, I think. Then we'll go 10 there. That's going to have to do it. Then we'll get our 4th Siren, and hopefully this is good enough. I'm not entirely convinced that it is. We never got a -2 that whole run, huh? 5 temples. Anything worth spell chaining? I could spell chain the Ember Cache. I don't think so. Let's just keep it to 105. I think I'll win this fight. Divinity is the one that's gonna be tough. Okay, I can go get you down there. Kill. Well, we're gonna go to Ember Drain here, but I think this is fine. Let's get you multi-strike. We'll put this here, then we'll just never take damage again. Because the waves aren't too bad here. This would be a sketchier play against Divinity, but in this fight, this is absolutely fine. Because we don't need to incant as much. Let's just have this die. I think I want Seraph coming to me quite often. See, I'm down to 1 Ember Drain now. It's like I could just like not Ember Drain. Furnace Tap's not coming back. Like, is this that useful to me? I think it is. I think we want to... Is it? I'm a little confused actually why I'm at 0. It was 2 and... Yeah, I guess I never played the thing. I could probably just not play this. I should hold them though if I'm going to do that. Only gives me 2 damage shield. I can get more damage shield in the long run if I just do this. I'm starting to see Divinity's going to take a lot of YOLOing though. That is not necessarily super enticing to me. Like this floor is not clearing Divinity waves. We're gonna have to really try to get extra incants quite a lot. That's gonna involve playing Forgotten Power and hoping it doesn't throw Frenzied Swarm away, you know? Like against Divinity, I probably have to YOLO Forgotten Power here to try to make it work. I suppose it also just really depends on what Wing Clippings decides to do. I think we could probably YOLO this. Alright, we crushed that one really, but yeah, I'm worried about Divinity. We'll see. It looks like it took... I saw Mean was doing the run too while we were doing it. Kind of in the corner of my eye, and I thought he had beat it, but I guess he died there. So, we might join the corpse list here. Alright, well this one right here is happening. Gosh, it'd be nice to have that for the tank wave, but we're not actually gonna have it for the tank wave. Right, you're just gonna break a damage shield. just get this incant in here. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Didn't even survive the first wave. Alright. So this does not enough. Oh, to kill the guy back here at least. Is gonna eat a damage shield hit, but what are you gonna do? I think we can wait on Prismal Dust. Well, we don't have to. We have wing clippings. Why don't we just play it? Of course, has to be that wave. I can't deal with this guy. That's pretty fucked. I think now we get to the point where it's like we kind of have to start YOLOing it. And these can't even get thrown away that well. These. Right. Just give this guy a damage shield, I guess. That is rough. Jesus. That's the difference between that. Like, I would have killed the incant wave, or at least, you know, done a bit of damage there. I think we're probably going to be looking at a reload. I would like to reload this fight, potentially, because it does look like we're about to lose here. Right, that was a good hit. We have to do this. I have to draw into Furnace Tap, I think. Like, we drew this and Furnace Tap pretty late. Is what it is, I guess. I don't know that we can survive, though. It's not looking likely. And that doesn't even kill it, huh? And this guy is fucking Spell Shield. Not good. And draw any of the Excavate Embers. Yeah, we're dead. There's just no way I survived this at 54 health. Like, I deal with this well enough. If I do this, does it change anything? No, we can try. And if it's like, I get to the point I need to be at right here, but I've just taken too many hits by then. So 54, this resolves another attack. It'll be doing 12 attack at 190. I need 5 hits. 5 hits is 55. I'm dead. So we got to reload. But we'll see. I want to see if it's beatable in a reasonable fashion, but it's going to be tough. I don't know. Maybe if I put him up top, does that change anything? It might. It's one thing we can try. Pretty adamant we have to do this, so... Well, these guys die no matter what. But it is. Too bad that everything gets fucking spell shield. Can do that. Something I could have done the other time. Let's do this. I think we're gonna save a little bit of health here. Oh, might have to reload that. I'm pretty sure I need that Frenzied Swarm. But I also was like, well, I kind of need to get some incants as well. Jesus. The fuck? Okay, I mean, that was a pretty good turn. It might be enough. Now I just have to find Frenzied Swarm again. So, might have just been an issue of, I guess, putting Penumbra up top helped a little bit, but also just that turn there simply helped. Well, we're not out of the weeds yet. I mean, we're definitely losing a Siren here, but maybe that doesn't matter. I need to get the Frenzied Swarm sooner than later, though. I do need it to survive, but we will be getting Frenzied Swarm for sure next turn, so I think I should keep the Rage on the dude that just has more shit going on. You can't underestimate the backliner here either, like, that's still a lot of power damage. So, 17 with 8 regen. I got 40. I'll do 40, I'll go down to 30. Come back to 38, I do 40. So it'll hit me twice. That's 17 by 2. I do survive that, so I probably want to keep the damage here. Fucking Wiltwing, so. Right, you have Spell Shield, therefore we'll do that. It's looking pretty good now. Still not necessarily out of the weeds, but it certainly looks a lot better. See, now I'm getting like the turns that I wanted. This is what I've been wanting all along. Wing Clippings should have been doing that more often than it did, but yeah, so it definitely winnable. I think we could have won that in a no reload scenario. It just, there was enough wonkiness going on that I just couldn't properly navigate it that first time around, I guess. But at the end of the day, I think overall, meta-wise, we did a really good run. It's just in the Divinity fight, I didn't really micro it that well in the first time around. I think another thing is, like, I think taking that Wiltwing out helped, and doing the Deep Offering helped. So I'll take it. It does suck that we had to reload that one time, though. But I think one reload on Divinity in this, way more props to Summon if they can do it without reloading. But I'm also just like, I don't know. I don't feel too disappointed by it. Actually, I think I did. Considering I'm obviously not at the very top of my game like I used to be, I think I did pretty well, all things considered. I think that was a really fucking hard run, given just what came up. So, yeah, I mean, it would have been a lot better had I taken the drop cage, and you know, it's hard to say, you know, to become outcome oriented isn't necessarily the best way to look at things, but it is maybe worth considering that the speculation of how good drop cage could have been was worth more than the 40 health. I technically, I think I didn't need that health early. And while it's true, I think at the end I went down to what, like maybe below 40 health. I can't remember exactly. I think I was at 30 something, but I do think I would have preserved a lot more health had I just been able to use those cave-ins. And also, I forgot on the old magic if, I don't think Ascend was offered, but yeah, I don't think it was. But if it was, that would have been another thing. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think Capricious was particularly kind to us. It was okay, but it definitely hurt a few of the picks. But Wing Clippings was definitely good. And I think Sketches definitely was a good call. It was not the best Sketches run by any means. You know, we didn't, like, Mollusk Mage in this run wasn't that good. I still think it was correct, but yeah, that was a tough run. So Ebel really had a pretty close score to us despite losing. It's possible they have a completely different run though. So you see they didn't go with Sketches, which I think it's potentially fine. I just, in my head, I'm like, the scariest part about taking Sketches there is the double Umbra. But I don't know. You know, you're 250-50. You have to lose 2 50-50s to not get a unit draft. And even if you get the unit draft, you might not get a Siren. And then you get the Ring 3 draft and then the Siren draft. It's probably worth noting, though, that I think you have to give up a Hellvent to get that, or not Siren draft, but Stygian draft and Ring 4. So you do have to give a Hellvent to do that. So that's maybe something that further pushes you away from Sketches. Like, I totally get not taking Sketches there, but I think on the flip side, Winged Indulgence to me is just so bad that that I'm taking Sketches there. Because here's the thing, even if I don't get the Siren, I mean, certainly if I didn't get a Siren, this is better, right? Because especially in the context that there is a Titan Sentry that has Endless. Looks like there was a multi-strike too at some point, so it would have been nice if we could have got... This run looks a lot different if I can get a multi-strike. But yeah, this is just a way different run than ours, as you can see. I see a lot of good stuff here, though. Like, a self-infused Endless Titan Sentry is obviously really good. The self-infused Alloyed Construct is good. I don't know. There's a Pyrostone housing too, apparently. The Mindjacks makes it a lot easier. I have to imagine that the Evil's going middle with that, and then that. I guess the Penumbra makes it a lot better too, because you can, you know, you get that intrinsic space prism. So between that and that, I guess the Large Stone is passable here. So you got 4 strikes, some good starting defense, and some good starting offense with the Large Stone. And you got a good wave clear with the Titan Sentry. This is a good card, even without Mollusk Mages going on. Intrinsic this to get this going is fine. I don't mind that. I will say, though, and then there is the Shroud Spikes. The those are going to be pretty good. And you can, since it's Shade Splitters, you can often do the rubber morsel into that. I actually, I consider this run superior to mine. I'm just trying to think where it dies out. You also have the extra draw here with that Mask of Penumbra. So I don't... It seems like this should win to me, honestly. I think maybe draw order could fuck you, though. Like, obviously, pack morsels 50% of the time isn't so good to have on intrinsic if you know, I assume you're putting Penumbra mid, so it would just eat the morsels. Maybe a permafrost there. The Frenzied Swarm did not find holdover. That's probably a big difference as well. So I found holdover in mine. They didn't find it on theirs. I'd have to imagine maybe the time that I went to a Magic to find that holdover, probably they had, maybe that's when they found their multi-strike, perhaps. Scaling is definitely an issue here, though, right? Like, yeah, it's quad striking, but the Shroud Spike isn't guaranteed to pop off when you're not running the making of a morsel, you know, or putting it into like a Gorge Penumbra. So I could see scaling being an issue. It might have... It's too bad they didn't find that old magic. They would have loved that old magic on their run. If they could have... And I guess I found holdover twice. So they must have just simply not found the... They didn't go to the magics that I went. So, yeah, I think that's probably some stuff that would have been quite a lot better in my run compared to theirs. But I think overall the idea of Eable's deck is better than mine. You know, a lot of the pieces are here. Probably just every now and then you can't get reliable scaling / gorge onto that alloy construct. And then maybe a little less survivability since this does not on holdover. Yeah. Pretty rough. Then Mean also did not take sketches, but did take the drop cage. Took the drop cage, but did not go in on the cave-in, which I think I would take it if I had the drop cage. I've had a lot of runs where it can... Cave-in is a horrible card, don't get me wrong, but if you can hold over 1 cost, or ideally even 0 cost drop cage cave-in, it's pretty good. But I don't know, maybe it's not so good with a holdover Endless Sentry. I can see that. I think it would be good with the construct, though. Like, it has 4 strikes. You can even use sometimes the cave-in to get more morsels onto the floor. I doubt that's happening in this deck, though. But they're very similar to Able here with their build. There's really not any massive... Well, they have the Frenzied Swarm on holdover, so that's helping with the... a little bit there. Umberstone. They found the Umberstone as well. It's not immediately obvious to me if this is necessarily stronger or weaker than Ebel's. I think it's pretty similar. It did seem to die earlier to Divinity, though. I don't necessarily know, looking at this, why that would be. Maybe it just had less scaling. I mean, technically this was not permafrosted in Mean's deck, so maybe he can't pull off the Shroud Spike quite as reliably. And then Janssen actually has the setup that I wish I had, the drop cage plus sketches. However, I think I think it's more forgivable to not take the Cave In and Means deck because he didn't have the sketches. But I think if you have sketches, you gotta take the. So another thing I'm noticing is, didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody took the trial here except for this player. Like, I think you got to take the trial here, but also like I'm thinking back. That is where I found the siren, right? So, I suppose I don't necessarily agree with going the construct in this run. Like, if I'm not, these this combo, by the time you're past ring 2, if you're getting flat scaling generally, like, yeah, we technically find a old magic, but that's rare. Nobody else found it, right? I found it from who we've seen. And then other than that, it's just void mining. Like, you just don't have many options for consistent offensive scaling. So, like, I do think I would, even without the sketches, I would really be leaning toward using the Nameless Siren instead of the Alloyed Construct. Even if you can't, say you never found Multi-Strike, which I didn't, but they're finding, Multi-Strike. The Alloy, you're less reliant on finding it, but I don't know. I just think even if it was just, you can pretty reliably get 3 with the Architect Penumbra that they all had. Well, I guess Main took the Monstrous, which I think without the sketches I wouldn't take. I would have definitely take the Architect, but yeah, I mean you can get 3 Sirens onto your floor without any pip upgrade. You can go double upgrade, and you can go top. You can go with the Architect on the floor. It's really, at the end of the day, arguably just as good as my sketches deck is, to get those Sirens up there. It just takes a little bit more to get them out, but at least you can go top, right? So, I don't know. I think I would just go Nameless Siren. I don't think I would go Allied Construct. And so, but yeah, they didn't take the trial here. I mean, so they're just not getting the payoff that for sketches. I think it's also pretty rough to take Titan Sentry here. This is one of the downsides you accept when you take sketches. And I'm just not going to take a Titan Sentry if I have sketches. It's so bad with sketches unless you have like Awoken that you can reposition with. Cursed Vines and whatnot. Vine Grasp. But yeah, this is just a real... It's the classic, like, sketches fail, right? And, we were in danger of this, but my plan if I didn't get a Siren was to just, hopefully get an Alloy, and I can work with Alloy and sketches. I've done it before. It basically, you wanted Alloy mid anyway in a run like this. Like let's imagine a world where Titan Sentry wasn't even found. It was just like double sweeper at that Stygian, but the Alloy is still there. There's no Siren in that world. We just eliminate all the other units, and what we get is a free Alloyed Construct middle, which is what we were gonna go with the Alloy anyway. But we don't have to spend that card draw, and we don't have to spend the 2 Ember to get it out. And in that case, it's still not horrible. The sketches isn't horrible in that case. Now, the worst case scenario is that we never find any Siren, and we never find an Allied Construct, and we don't find any rares. I would argue, though, that run is so bad that sketches are not. It's probably not changing much. But yeah, so this deck just skipping that early trial really killed him, but I also just wouldn't run Sentry. I would have ran the Alloy and no Sentry, and It's work. I think you could make it work, especially considering there's spell chained shroud spikes that you could work with. And this player, I like what's going on here. But at this point, they should have had 2 Hellvents. Maybe they skip 1, but certainly they should have Hellvented a Siren, I think. Or at least the Sentry. They should have had Endless on this too. So I think, I mean, in general, they didn't really seem to spend much gold. They spent 225 gold upgrades, and it's already ring 5. So I think you got 325 gold that didn't go to any use here. Otherwise, like, the deck is not looking that different than ours at this point, right? Necessarily. I mean, obviously we have a Sketches and 3 Sirens by this point. So actually it looks a lot different. What am I saying? But aside from that, everything else is not too different. Tangra. I don't know why people are pouring all this gold into Endless Mollusk Mages. It just really isn't worth it. This is also not worth it. I mean, yeah, I'm not running this with Sketches. If I take Sketches, I'm holding out for something better than this. I mean, this just can't win. And this dies ring 2. Again, took the trial, but I guess, yeah, they take the name of Siren, but 65 shards is just way too much at this point. What are they even using the shards on? Self-infusing the Mollusk Mage? When you're running Forgone Power with a single Mind Collapse, and they didn't even take the Helical Crystallis. They took Offering Tokens. So that's just 25 completely useless shards there right off the bat, and then this Spell Chain is pretty bad, I think. And then the final one here died ring 1. Probably just a micro issue, honestly. Shouldn't really be any reason to die there. But anyway, that will do it for this one. Super fun one. Thanks for that submission, Ebel. It was fun. It was hard, but it was fun. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.